How you guys doing? This is Hybridsteel. Welcome to the Saturday night live stream of Gold Rush, the video game. And in today's live stream, we're going to be digging more. Pretty much just the same stuff we've been doing ever since I started playing Gold Rush. Just digging lots and lots and being happy in my own little world of digging dirt and washing cybernetic rocks to turn into virtual gold. Yay me. How you guys doing? If you didn't know, I don't sound very well. Yesterday was the worst day, I think. Yesterday was, I just felt like lousy and horrible. Today, I feel stuffed up. But apart from that, we're all good. So I decided to come back, stream, and have a chat and everything else. And be fun, basically. It's going to be chill. It's going to be a nice, chill stream. Oh, I suppose the Spotify music... Yeah, I was going to say, Spotify music's not working because I've got to layer that. Give me just a second. There's the one. Yeah. Put a bit of music in there. It's all good. Josh, how you doing, buddy? Thank you very much for kicking by. Anyways, so this has been me. I've done a little bit of prep work today. I basically washed up everything I had the other day, which was okay. And I started filling up again. So what I did was I actually filled up my Franks. So they're ready to just transport straight into the wash plant. So we're all right. And I'm just going to carry on. I'm almost at the end of the gold field, like on top layer. So it just means we're nearly there. And then we got to dig down. So it's getting closer and closer. But yeah, it's been a bit slower right now. So apart from that, it's okay. Right, change the camera. Hit G. Hansven, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the live stream. Right, so that one's pumping through. That one's going to go in. I don't know how much I need to actually like push through, so I'm going to do this like frank by frank, basically. Illuminati Masons, how you doing? Thank you very much for kicking by. Oh, what's that like secret symbol everyone does? Oh, that triangle. Well, you have to have your hands like that, do you? Yes, I can foresee a thing going on right about now. Yes. Gotta wait and see if all this collects up nicely. I can't remember how much 100% conveyor belt will bring. So that's the sucky part. Is leaderboard harder on console? We don't get nuggets by drilling. Yeah, so that's the downside. But according to what I've read in their Discord, there is going to be like a massive update for consoles coming. So that should sort out a lot of the problems. Basically, the problems for the Gold Rush to console come from basically when the game was ported over to console by the old team, it was never properly updated. Fan, how you doing? I'm doing good, man. Thank you very much for asking. I sound a bit stuffy and crappy, but that's just joys of having a cold. Yesterday I was like, should I stream? And then I was just like, I don't really feel like streaming right now. So I do sound and feel a lot better than I did yesterday. Yeah, it was a bit of a bugger yesterday. Apart from that, I'm alright. I'm just, yeah, stuffy. I think one Frank's going to be enough to fill this bad boy up. I've got two more just stacked ready to go. Both of those Frankensteins in the background have 100% on them as well. I did a little bit of digging today, so just got to wait. Moss mats are changing over, that's good. Still don't know why they don't all change at the same time, but there we go. Right, so now all that everything that's coming off that Frankenstein now should just stick in the hopper, so we'll be alright. Okay, Henry, how you doing, bud? Welcome to the live stream. Oh, time for a bit of a rough and tumble. Right, let's get this, get the bucket to the top of the... I still, out of all the people I've had, like, trying to work for me, I still haven't got the right one for this place. So I'm still having to do this bit manually. It sucks. I have been tempted to rush through. So what I might actually do is I might rush winter and just go through so I don't have to worry about winter. How's my day? Day's been okay. I've been sniffy and snotty and like bugged up, but I'm surviving. I'm living the dream. Living the dream. No, I'm not. I'm just living, man. If this is a dream, then it's some sort of nightmare. Yeah, I might dig through to the end of autumn and then not worry about winter. And just get through winter and just skip winter into permafrost and then just go from there. Never know, that one person that I need to work for me might actually come to me over that winter period. Because I've got to be honest, doing this is just balls. I hate having colds. Yeah, the worst part about having a cold is that you've got one and you just sit there and just go, this is really impeding my day. You know, I'd prefer it if it was just, if I'm going to be sick, just make me sick. Not for a day, just like, you know, if I'm gonna be sick, I might as well just have like the flu. That'll do me for, you know, at least then I can sit and just go, I had the flu. Having a cold just sucks. Welcome to the mosh pit. There we go. Sorry. Mosh pit. I should call tier 2 Wall of Death. Back in my days when I used to get into the old pits, right? They were fun. I enjoyed my time in those. Ah, lethal aggression. Ah. It's fine. Everyone else here is fighting. Whoa. Right, so that's 48%. Should be alright. We'll just drop the other Frank into the mix. Oh yeah. Change the camera. Hit the G. G. Oh yeah, and G. Right, that one's going to start shifting dirt as well. I was playing Hydrodare, and you can see the volcano in the on the new DLC that coming out in April. Yes, you can. It's pretty cool. Like that when that dropped into the Discord, we were just like, yeah, it's coming. It's all good. Do do do. Do 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 do. But yeah, I played a bit of this in the morning. I've been dithering about most of the day, and now we're back on this. I'm not really taking this season as seriously as I did last season. Like, this for me is more of a, like, if I need to change up certain things I do in the game, then this is probably the best time to actually like do it and learn certain things. Can't wait for it to come out. It's going to be really cool. Yeah, I believe it is. The trailer looks pretty damn awesome. Like the different piping, different drills, different plots of land. Having a dirty great volcano in the distance, it looks pretty cool. Apart from you'll be on the volcano, it's like, oh, we're here. I like the idea of the village with the force field over it that's right next to a volcano, because it looks like it's being protected from the volcano, which is alright. And then you've got to build the village up as well, so that looks alright. But yeah, it definitely looks cool. And the new Hydro truck, if you actually saw that in the trailer. And it runs on lava and not water, because you could tell that was in the compartment on the top, because it was like reddy orange instead of just watery. I think I just pulled something off my leg. Yeah, I did. Bummer. I just scratched the goddamn scab off my knee. And no, it's alright. I'll survive. I'm not going to bleed out from a scab. Unless I had like sickle cell anemia. It looks awesome. Awesome? Is that a new word? Is awesome new word? Can we have that added to the dictionary? Or a thesaurus? Good, that's chugging through. That's doing all good. It's almost stopped feeding as well. We're getting there. Oh yeah, I haven't seen where I am, by the way. All I do during the day when I'm playing this, I don't even look where I am on leaderboard. I just dig and I'm happy. I'm 25th. Yeah. Still think there's something fishy up here. These people are 50% higher than anybody else in the game. It's very, very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. But I think they might be. I think there are certain people on the leaderboard who are being watched. So yeah, if you guys have got any questions, if you want to know something, if you just want to chat, hit the chat up. Don't forget to hit the like button on the stream, because that's the best way to support me. Like the video, share the video, talk in the video. Most of my shorts that I've produced in the past, by the way, come from like you guys. So if you have a question and it's worthy of like a decent answer, we'll put it out as a short. Is Rivertown better than leaderboard than normal? I played it in normal mode and it wasn't any better than So you got to think, like, in normal mode, it's more geared to just like progression. If you look at leaderboards, plots are basically geared toward moving you faster through the game, so you get to Nighthawk faster. But that's how it is. So yeah, Rivertown is like your next step up. You normally have enough money to go from Old Arnold to Rivertown, then you would move up to like Pine Valley and then Nighthawk. But what you can do in that situation is if you dig for long enough through Old Arnold, you can normally, and I say normal, oh, why has that changed so much? That shouldn't be like that. You can normally oh bums, I've lost my train of thought now. You can normally move on from anywhere. Right, I need to move. This is shifted. I don't know why. Oh, I think I know why. I must have nudged it with my excavator. That should do it. CG. I accidentally slammed the back of my chair into my back without moving my back. I confused myself. Fair enough. Nick Smith, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, that's what I did. I shifted it when I moved this in. Yeah, there's my problem. So I was digging out this bit here, just filling up that, which is, that's my bad. Damn it. I'm running tier 3 with Glacier Creek on Old Arnold right now, trying to get next claim to get to tier 5. That's fair enough, man. I'm going to assume you're playing on normal. Dean Painter, thank you very much for becoming a member of the Mosh Pit Crew. Welcome. Ah, mosh pits. I think I might have to do it like tier 1 mosh pit crew, tier 2 circle pit, tier 3 wall of death. I think that might just be my tier system. I don't think anybody else has got that as a tier system. I might be unique. I've got to start renaming things then. From what I've heard in person, lead plays 16 to 20 hours straight, sleeps 4 hours, and done it all over again. So yeah, he does. Okay, that's fair. Dean gifted 1 membership. CG, welcome to the crew. Thank you very much, man. Most appreciated. See, the thing is though, okay, let's say that he does do 20-hour days, right? Which is, I'm gonna be honest, that's a shit ton, right? 20-hour days is 213,000 ounces of gold. The other 2 people, what's their excuse? Because they're burning up on him. They weren't that high a couple of days ago. And then the next person after that, literally 50,000. You can tell the people who play this game a lot, but they're not playing like 20 hours a day. And that's when it gets confusing. When you go from like 4th place at like 56,000, and then the top 3 places are all in the 100,000s. They're 60 and 100 and something ounces above everybody else. It sounds very suspicious, and this is where the devs are they're going to be sitting there going, why is it just these 3 that have got that done this and nobody else has done it? Guarantee if they can't come up with a good enough excuse or show gameplay and stuff, then they'll be considered they are cheating in the game, which is, it could happen. I'm not saying it will, and I'm not saying they're playing legit, but when you've got 3 people in the top 3, basically it's a bit like putting Leah Thomas against loads of women. And that happened, right? So it's a bit like that. It almost feels like they have an unfair advantage, and that's where the devs will sit there and just go, we need to investigate this. And they will do it. That's what they did before. Yeah. As I said, I can't say they're cheating, but it looks like an Among Us suspicious thing, where something isn't quite right. You know, there are mods for this game that you can use on Leaderboard, and I know this because people have told me. I don't use them myself, because if I did, I'd have a lot more gold in my pocket. But I can see where the devs would be concerned if they've still got like some sort of cheatery going on. Then they're not going to reward those people, and that's what will happen again. It'll be the same story. We caught these people cheating in our game, blah blah blah, and stop it. But this is the problem. It's taken this long to stop cheating because of the old dev team. The old dev team didn't really care, and that was their problem. They just sort of gave up. And I have got to correct myself. When you use the excavator, it does 4% fill up and not 6%. So when I was using the front loader the other day and it was doing 8%, it basically does double what the excavator does. But it just takes longer. I actually prefer doing this because it doesn't take as long. No worries, I love your chill streams. Starting at you, if you dig for hours, you'd speak a lot of truth. Yeah. Most appreciate, Debbie. There you go. That's sort of just below my average, like 1,100 yards. I normally do around sort of like 16 to 1,700. Digging at the rate they are, I mean, I think they're digging at something. They would be digging at something stupid like 6,000 to 7,000 ounces a day, in game day, not just like in a day. But they're also probably not. But what they're doing is they're taking top level. So if you look at my map. So if you look at my map here, my gold map, parcel 4, there you go. So they're probably looking at this and just going, we'll just take the top layer off and run away. So that's what they would do. They would take the top layer off as far down as the excavator can reach. They'll have Frankenstein set up ready to go. And then as soon as they've dug down as far, they would just shoot off and go. They may be doing like 20,000, 30,000 ounces out of one claim and then resetting. So they wouldn't spend as much time on a claim as I do, which means they're just moving off fast, setting up and then digging another 30,000, 40,000 ounces. But it seems like, I gotta be honest, at that point, it just seems like there's no point in playing. You know, if you're playing this to be on like top on the leaderboard, and you're doing 16 to 20 hours a day just to win a video game, I don't know. I don't think I could do that anymore. But I do know that a lot of people who play this game long time is like, we've all got issues. Like, you've either got health issues or you're at home full time. You don't go out, you don't work. That sort of person. So yeah, most of us who spend a lot of time playing these games are those types of people. For me, even if I sat here for 12 hours a day, I still wouldn't be able to get to that amount of gold. And that's when I start calling, I'm not sure if this is real or not. Because I've done that. I've sat here for I've done like 12 hours a day on it, just digging. And I didn't get anywhere near like 40,000 ounces. Roblox with Jamie, welcome to the stream. And thank you very much for subscribing. If you're not in the stream, then you don't know I'm saying hello to you. Hi, if you do watch this. Welcome. I hate to be a pain. Thanks for moving the donation bar to the... No, that's alright, mate. At the end of the day, feedback is important. And if somebody's got a problem with something, I'm more than happy to listen to them. I got to be honest, I didn't realise. If I'm going to be brutally honest. So, thanks for bringing that to my attention. Don't feel like you're being a burden. You genuinely improve things. So it's okay. Because that top bit of the screen up above me doesn't get used on the main screen, so it is in a better place. Let's see how much I've got. Where are we at? Look at that for impeccable timing. Just got to wait now. Wait until it's all done. It should be. There should be enough on these conveyor belts to hit that. We should be alright. Yuck. There's some of those that are 100. There is more dirt coming. I can't put cherries on top. I'm very sorry. There we go. Right, let's get this stuff out. I do find it very, very odd though, and the reason why I find it odd. Here's one for you, right? So, do you remember where Miller Eye finished last season? So he's got 116,000 ounces now. He finished last season with over 500,000 ounces. He was competing with the Drews, and as soon as people were getting banned for cheating. Have you noticed his performance is down a little bit? Just a little bit. Harry McDonald, thank you very much for the $1. Boom! Most appreciated. Tell very much there, matey. Actually, I should add that as a flipping sound effect. I'll do it when my voice is better. I bet it's a little bit behind. Ba, 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 ba. We'll see what happens at the end of the season again, because of I want to see how the devs are going to find out if anybody else is actually cheating, unless they've put something in like an algorithm somewhere inside the game, like an actual, almost like what's the one they use in Call of Duty? Ricochet. Because Ricochet is getting better. Ricochet is generally banning people off quite quickly now, which is quite nice. So I'm wondering if they could put in something like that into Gold Rush, where you basically sit there and just go, well, you know, I mean, we can add this in and we can mess around with it and see what happens. As I said, my volumes are alright. I'd love to see something like that in Call of Duty, in this though. Oh, mate, you don't have to. Okay, so here's the thing, right? When it comes to people donating to the stream, it's up to you guys. I mean, if you want to spend like money on us, it's fine. But I don't. The reason why I don't really promote it or push it is because living's hard, and we're all going through like a problem with money and everything now. We're all having like to try and survive on like very little, and that even includes for me. Even if like people have a go at me for like, oh, all you do is you sit there and you get people paying for your shit. Yeah, well, I don't get anything compared to like what people actually earn in real life. So if you don't feel obliged to spend money on this, you know, as said, hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel is pretty much all I ever really ask for. Everything else is up to you guys. That's your free will. So don't ever feel like you have to. Have you noticed there's less gold in the claims? It's called Leaderboard, not Middleman. Actually, no, it's not Middleman. You say there's less gold. I would disagree with you considering this lot. And I'm digging through this lot. I've almost taken the top layer off this, and there's still several thousand ounces in it. So I would disagree, because this is the best claim I've ever had. It's just one of those things. So I wouldn't say there's less money in the claims. I'd say in my case there's more. I got lucky though, if I'm going to be brutally honest. That's why I've taken my time with taking the top layer off. But I still don't. I can't mine that fast. Where did I go? Oh, it's there. I need a lot more practice. Enjoying the half term? Jeebus, no. After like a couple of days, I'm done. I don't want to do. I'm checking out. No, I'm okay. I mean, when it comes to half term though, it's just, I don't know. I can't see why people celebrate it as much. You get all the mums down there. It's like, oh well, it's half term next week. It'll be fun. It's like, no, it's not. It's never fun. You winning? No, mate, I haven't really been around for a couple of days. I played a little bit this morning, and then I've got other things to do, and I'm playing now. So I think I'm just sort of just playing to enjoy right now, which is fine by me. I think I'm near, like, if I cash in, I'm probably at about 30,000 ounces right now. So I'm just behind, like, the mid group. There's not a lot of difference between the mid group and, like, the leaderboard though. Well, when I come to like anything below 3 at least. Good way to be, yeah. I know I'm not going to win this, so the reason why I'm doing this season is because I haven't really got anything left to do now. So I needed something to gap me in for like a month, and pretty much Gold Rush came along at the right time for like leaderboard. So I was like, okay, that's cool. We'll do that leaderboard, and then I'm going to be busy, so we'll be all right. And then what I'm going to do is I've got a little while before my next leaderboard. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a load of notes from Old Man Gaming's videos of like how much things cost and so on. Because I was watching his like day 1 video, and he was just like, yeah, I'm going to go off and buy this now. It's like, yeah, shit, I should have done that. So yeah, just learning as things go as well. Just, as I said, just kicking back and enjoying the game. And I can only play this game playing leaderboard now. I can't play it normal because, I mean, it's like you've said, like playing the game constantly over and over again, you burn out. And if I go back to just playing normal, I get into that like, oh, I cannot be bothered to do this crap anymore. You know? So I think playing this like once a month, like every other month or so, actually is not that bad. Especially if, as said, I've got a content break, so I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm all good for like next month because I'll be back on Out of War for a bit. I'm gonna should do sort of like a month's worth of videos, so that'll only be like 12, but it should get me through like March at least. And then April was Hydroneer for me, so I'm gonna be well busy then. All right, I've basically seen it going off the trailer and then talking to Max in like almost like a special group. You go, yeah, you're gonna be busy there. You're gonna be busy when it comes to Hydroneer. I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You get that sound issue fixed? I don't think so. So what I'll do is I'll probably just make the videos offline, not stream it, and just play the game, and then do the commentary over top, which is, if I'm going to be brutally honest, a hell of a lot easier. So I'm alright with that. I sent my issue over to Christian, and the thing I did say to him is I never had this issue before this update, so I don't know if something in the update has triggered something to do with my. I don't have a clue, mate. I genuinely sit here most of the time and just go, I don't understand, but that's me on a normal basis, so I'm fine with that. I just don't understand why it was happening to just me. Yeah, so Out of War for me is going to be what I'm going to be doing after this, because obviously when I've gone through the season, I haven't got anything more to do after this, and I've got to wait till Hydroneer pops itself out. So I've got about a month to fill, and Out of War is like prime candidate because, again, it's back to normal. It's back to mining. It's back to like digging big holes and stuff, and I'm good with that. And I can actually spend a little bit of time doing it now. So I will be streaming those days, but I don't know what I'll be streaming, because if the sound problem is still there, I know I can't stream Out of War because audio quality is more important than anything else. Also, the game is popular. Yeah, it's becoming a lot more popular now, which is good. More people are finding it. More people are looking into it. So even my video that I did like a week and a half ago, people are still watching it. So at this point in time, it's almost like, yeah, it's worth just kicking back in that for a month and just chilling on it, basically. It's mad, isn't it? But that's because you do like 8-hour live streams. And people sit there and watch it as a podcast. So it's pretty cool. Sorry I had to go with dinner. Yeah, I get that. That's fair. I've only got like 1 or 2 more lines to go. Right, let me just pull up my map and I need to mark it off. So I'm pretty sure this is where I'm up to. Probably won't take that square. That one for sure and that one for sure. Yeah, there you go. That's my last 2. Your streaming has been picked up nicely to see. Your transition over to the streaming seems to be helpful. So yeah, the thing is, I'm streaming. Like the thing with Gold Rush is I stream it for 30 days. Well, I tried to do 30 days. It's been a bit. If I'm going to be brutally honest, it's been a bit sort of like ropey the last few days because of like being ill, going to the dentist, and all that crap. And I've tried to do every day. When it comes down to like my normal streams, they're like 3 times a week. So my normal streams are like Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then between that is videos. So if the videos are basically, I use them as a way of gauging what's popular and what's not. I do know that when Hybridsteel does come out, I will be basically full on Hybridsteel content for a long time. I know it's going to happen, and I'm prepared for it, so I'm good for it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, after that, I'll probably be back on Out of Ore. So I'm looking at around sort of June, July time to be a little bit more slowing down, which would be nice. I'm going to be Hybridsteel, yeah. Back in with the Hybridsteel crew. Yeah, I roughly predicted, and when I'm predicting how much growth will come out of Hybridsteel. I'm predicting the videos, because I'm gonna basically knock them all out almost in one day, and just like, so I'm not gonna tell subscribers they're live. They're just gonna go live. So basically, I'm gonna bombard the internet with a load of videos. So that'll be fun. And then I'm expecting, if I'm going to be brutally honest, for 2 months at least, like, so for April, May, I'm expecting around 300,000 to 600,000 views in those months, like, each. And then I'm expecting around 5,000 subscribers, roughly. Because I'm just going off of what's happened in the past when I've covered Hybridsteel. So that's just basically how I see it. This could be the time that my channel just completely blows up and I have no idea what to do after that. But that's my basic prediction of like the channel's growth over those 2 months. So yeah, that's my prediction. It could go completely differently. It could go completely off with a boom, and it could just fizzle out and die. I think I've got to be honest. If my Hybridsteel content doesn't hit, then I know my channel's dying. Which means it's time to build a new one, basically. Gauge it on Hybridsteel. If it doesn't take off, do something different. Yeah, that's my prediction. So, hey, if it happens in 2 months' time, I'll let you know. But as this is a big DLC, it's not just an expansion. Like if you look at like when the games got updated, when it was like 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, like those they help a little bit, but when it clicked over to 2.0 from 1.7, like the influx was ridiculous. So that's what I'm gauging off of. Views are not everything. They are when you're monetized, aren't they? That's the whole thing. For me, it's all about, I mean, getting the subscriber rate is fine. If I can hit that hallowed sort of like 25k range, and then like games developers see my channel as a bit more of a reason to talk to me, which is nice. But when you're monetized, views are basically, well, that's your income. Community is way better than views. Sort of. The thing is like a lot of my community are in my Discord, and then none of them talk. So yeah, the community's there. But most of the people who like subscribe to this channel are here mainly for the Hydrodea stuff. So I just have to wait. I'm in another streamer's stream. We're doing a raid. I got to help my homie. Okay, that's not a problem, Yusuf. No matter what happens, Hybrid, you have a good bunch of data. Yeah. Hydra has always done good for me. I owe that game a lot, if I'm going to be honest. And I know I've said this to Max, and he's like, he goes, "Are you gonna you know?" He was talking about giving out free copies of like the DLC to people. I was just like, I don't want a free copy. The reason why I don't want a free copy is because look at what that channel's done. Look at what the game's done for me, and I bought it. Oh, it's full. Oh no! Did I forget to tell my? Oh, I did. Damn, I know what I forgot to do. Ah, turn it off. Turn it off. Turn off the pump. Yeah, I know, I forgot to put the water back on. Oh no, I did. Hold on. What the frackety frack's going on? Oh yeah, I forgot to attach the pipe. Cool. That would just about screw me up for a good time. Rev is about 10% of my income. My revenue, my revenue for this channel is literally anything I get ad-wise. Because memberships don't pay bills. Not mine, at least. It's always good to have them, yes. But, you know. Normally, so when it comes to Hydrodea, at least, Hydrodea will make a decent amount of money for a good couple of months, and then it just fizzes out. Most people who watch my content who are like Hydrodea, I would say more like younger people, I never expect those people to pay for anything because, you know, when I was a kid I was skint, so I wouldn't be able to pay for stuff. So there's, I don't know, when it comes to the channel itself, yeah, most of this stuff is ad revenue. It's just for mine, at least. Yeah, so that's why it's why I actually I'd prefer, and this sounds like I'm like a reverse business. It is sort of like I'm a reverse businessman. So when it comes down to ad revenue and everything else, it doesn't. I gauge off of just what I can earn from it. I don't really talk. I don't really ask for people to like donate though. Why can't I move? I've got to try and get this refilled. I might head towards the other one. I can't quite get around there at the moment. But at the end of the day, it's alright. That's why, like, in some channels, like, ads are better than others. Like for you, you've got a real solid like community behind your channel, which is really good to see. But it's like when you get round to when you cover a lot of like games that like younger people play, I would say that's where it gets harder for people, because if you're attracting a certain demographic of people who don't get a lot of money, and it's just, you know, it just takes a longer time for you to earn anything, and I get it, and that's why I don't really sit here and go, hey everybody, if you're watching this, why aren't you like paying me money? Jesus Christ! Oh, this is such a I hate that attitude to people, and I've seen it on Twitch a load of times. There's always been like that real. There's that real arseholey like streamers just like, oh my god, I'm putting my time on here. You guys really should pay me money because I'm so entitled. It's like that stuff just pisses me off. So when I stream, I tend to just accept it and just be happy. And I'd rather have people sitting here and actually enjoying themselves, or asking questions, or being part of something, instead of just looking at everybody as a cash grab. I think that's just the way I see streaming though. I hate that attitude. Yeah, people are so fucking entitled on streaming. And the other people I don't like, and this has happened to me a couple of times, I don't like the people who basically comment about your lifestyle or anything you do without even knowing what you do. You know, they just see you sitting in front of a computer, you know, rattling off and like, well, why should I give you money because, you know, you don't earn it? It's like, I don't care if you don't give me money. I've never asked you for any. But what I would respect is if you actually knew where I came from. You know, I've had that a couple of times, and that sort of like that attitude pisses me off quite a lot. And I'm more than happy to go into like how I used to live, because I feel that some people, you know, obviously some people have never heard that story, like where I come from and how hard I used to work before, you know, the world just sent me and my other half like a fucking shitty hand of cards. It's not a great situation we're in, but and people don't understand that, because they just see me sitting here in front of my little corner, and they just think, well, he's just another entitled twatted streamer. They never ask why I became a streamer. They never ask why I do YouTube. They just assume. And as we all know, assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups. There we go. How you doing, by the way? Grilled Brick, welcome. And Nogstream, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, you go through it all as well, Split. So, it's all bullshit. People judge too easy. Yeah, they do. I do find one of the attitudes really funny. The one that I do find funny are the ones that go, well, I work a full-time job. All you do is you sit in front of your computer. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll take over your full-time job. I'll learn your trade and I'll do whatever. And I don't mind that. I'll carry on making money, and you can sit in front of my computer and earn less than what a Chinese sweatshop worker works. You know, it's that sort of thing. And then people sort of like, then they go, ugh. And that's because they can't really defend themselves. Real doxing and death threats. Split, you have no life. Yeah. I haven't had a death threat yet, but I've had people just sort of, I would say, just get pissed off with me. But I don't really care. I'm too old for that shit. I've been there, done that, and bought too many t-shirts. I just don't care anymore. And that's the best attitude to have as being... And by the way, if anyone's listening, the best attitude you can have when you're a YouTuber is, whatever, mate, go away and go and pester somebody else. I haven't got time for you. That's, if you've got anyone picking on you or anything, that's basically your life. I haven't got time for this. Bye-bye. Or as that meme goes, so long, gay boys! And just carry on with life. And that's firmly stuck in my head from watching Nerdrotic too much. Limited time offer, Frankenstein, only 15% discount. Yeah, I don't really care. Oh no, Glacier Creek Spring is almost broken. Whatever shall I do? Ah, my mechanic shall fix this problem. Quentin McCownsie, how you doing, bud? Thanks very much for liking the stream. Do. Right. People just jelly, so no. I don't think some of it might be jealousy, but I think some of it is like I could sort of see it like where somebody's working like a stupid amount of hours, like I used to, and then you look at somebody sitting on their chair in front of a computer, and you're like, well, I'm a little bit annoyed by this. They, like an attitude shift or something. I don't know. But I don't think some of it could be jealousy, but I think some of it is just attitude. And the other thing I like to say to people is, if you think it's hard enough, if you think it's easy, and you really you're like think you can do better then. Get your ass and a computer or a PlayStation or a Switch. I don't care, as long as you can capture the footage, right? Or do something else. I don't know if you want to play games on YouTube, but if you think it's easy, grab yourself all the devices and everything you need to do this, and go and do it. And then come back to me in a year when your channel hasn't grown, and then you come and say, oh, maybe it wasn't easy. Or you could be one of those really lucky people that have just like everything going for you, and you do well, and then you realize that you should have done it sooner. I see it a lot with the younger YouTubers, and it's more just the, well, what, I'm doing this because it's my dream to become a YouTuber. Alright, why? Well, because I want to do this as well. I was like, alright, cool. How far are you? Well, I've got 100 subscribers and I've been doing this for 2 years. Alright. Are you going to be changing anything? You're going to look into looking into analytics a bit more, growing a community? Oh no, I just thought I'd play this game. There's your problem. Right, let's do this. Let's go and see what's up here. Actually, I need to fill this up first. Like, if you talk to 2 to 100 people for 4 to 8 hours, reading 3,000 to 5,000 messages, and play a game, tell me if at the end of the week how you feel, mate. Yeah, that's a struggle. Yeah. This is why I said, like, when it comes to nighttime streaming, like I'm doing now, I'll come off at 11. And the reason why I'm going to come off at 11 is because I need like an hour downtime before I go to bed. Because if not, I wake up the next morning just going, I really feel like I've been out on the piss. I just feel like I've been out drinking all night. And it's not a good feeling, it just feels flipping horrible. There we go, I found my camera again. But yeah, streaming's for a certain few people. Like, I'd say video creation is probably easier than streaming, because all you got to do is just record stuff and put it out. Well, I gotta run. My wife sold my weekend to the viewers. Oh dear. Have a great stream, my dude. Yeah, peace out, man. Have a good one. And I shall no doubt talk to you another day. think that... up! Up! Oh, we're stuck. I think it's time to bulldoze this lot. Have a good way again, Henry. Peace out, man. We're getting low, so I think I'm going to doze out what's on the floor and move over to the other side, and then I've got 2 squares to go. Because I need to take all that down. I need to take this down. So I just need to move this. Grab my dozer. And then level out that and then get those last few blocks. Should be able to reach most of it at least. And then we start reversing. So I start digging from this end and move the franks out the way and just work my way back through this flat section of ground because all of this has got gold under it. That's why I'm doing this. So, yep, that's the plan. So did I master the front loader? No, not really. I basically used it for a bit until I got to this point, and then I'm back on the excavator because I only needed the front loader for a little bit. Basically just to push the gold up to here. And then, yeah, start digging backwards. The problem with, like, I know I've got to dig into this, like, these squares underneath me, but I don't want to do it just yet. Because I've still got those 5 to do. Give me a sec, I'll have a read that. I'm a milkman delivering up to 300 doors. 21, is that 2,130? Oh, it's 9:30 to 9:30. Okay. 4 nights a week, but must complain every day. Yeah, they do. Yeah. I think it's any job you do that people think is easy. Like, I mean, you're a delivery driver basically. From, you know, it's milk. You delivering it straight to their door. If people are ungrateful about that, they're fucked up. I mean, but some people can do the hours. Like, I mean, yourself, Dean. You do a job that involves you doing shit overnight. Most people couldn't hack. They can't hack doing nights. Their brains work during the day, so you're like, well, I'll do this job. It suits my lifestyle. It suits what I need to do. And if you don't like it, go and get your own milk. It's that simple. I get it. I used to do from when I used to work, because I used to work 2 jobs for a long time. I used to do from 7:30 in the morning till 4:30 at night on one job. And then I used to go to my other job and work another 5 to 6 hours. or 4 to 6, depending on like what time I was being called in for certain days. So I was doing 12 to 13 hour days every day. People have problems. Yeah, they are. Then they expect a milkman to be like, well, you know, and then it's like, well, if you're going to complain that the person bringing you milk, that person doesn't have to bring you milk anymore. You could quite happily just, you know, go get it yourself. Get out your ass. Go to the shop. Buy your own shit. The only reason why I don't have a milkman is because they come in glass bottles. Or do they still come in glass bottles? Because the problem with glass bottles and having kids is my kids break shit. Did they fix the front loader? I remember you lost gold. No, basic. So I'll explain how you lose gold with a front loader. If you dig from the bottom, right, and you take out a... Okay. I need a pen and paper for this crap. Right. This is how you lose money on, like, thingy. Front loader. So I'm going to hatch this in. Okay, right. So let's say this is the bit. This is your claim. And let me just make this bigger. This is how I understand it. Okay, so here we go. This is your claim, right? If you're digging from here, which is this bit here, which is where the front loader hits, you'll lose everything that it touches all the way up. The reason why you're losing gold is because you're losing everything above it. So when you go to dig, you're losing everything above it. You can't support the dirt, so you lose whatever you don't grab. So digging from the top is sometimes a better deal because you're not losing as much. But with the front loader, you'll dig faster depending on like how you're arcing it and so on and so forth. I'm not very good with the front loader, but that's how I understand it. That if you take from the bottom, you're going to lose everything above it because you're not digging it. It's just disappearing. So you'll lose a lot more dirt. And if you look at it like that, then you go, oh, so then you have to do step mining. So step mining you would do like, if you look at an open pit where you would dig in a circle and then they go down a level and take out the bottom layer and then take out the next layer down. And so you go down so you get the most out of the claim. It makes sense, yeah. So this is a bit like when you look at, let me just pull up the gold map. So when you look at how much like a area's worth, so your front loader can dig down 7 meters, right? So my front loader, if I take out, let's say 387, which is this one here, if I dig down 7 meters on 387, I'm going to get to about here. Okay, so I'm going to be digging out most of this bit here, which is all good. But then there's going to be like this last third of a square that I can't reach, which means I'd have to go down even further to get to the richer gold. So that's how you would judge how good depending on how long you're going to spend on a claim. For me, I'm looking to do 2 passes. So I'm looking to do the pass that I'm finishing now, which is the top level. So all of this has got gold in it. And then below it, I can do another 7 meters of digging through the squares again. So I'll basically move back through the claim. And I'll take out everything I can reach. And then if I really wanted to, then I would go back through it again and take out the bottom layer. At that point, I'm probably only losing about 500 ounces of gold per square, which means if I start a new claim, I can get more. And that's what a lot of people do. The new meta seems to be, in this game at least, take the top layer of dirt off and then just not worry about the rest. So yeah, I need to get to my conveyor belts because one's just broke. So I need to go and get a new bucket quick. I'll only lose a little bit of gold on that, but if I get a new bucket, then I can chuck it on. And if I buy reinforced buckets, then they shouldn't have problems. It's a bit like when I did my dozer, I actually took the wheel apart and put reinforced parts in so they don't break. Oh, equipment, accessories, it's parts, bucket. Reinforced bucket, there we go, conveyor reinforced. Oh. How you doing, Founder? Welcome to the live stream. They really are, after 8 years of doing Fortnite, security in the milk round, I've decided to officially, oh man, I worked retail for fucking years. I hate people as well. Like retail, if you, When it came to working retail, that's just a bitch job. It's horrible, and I hated most people I had to talk to. The main reason for it was just because there's a lot of customers are just really ungrateful, because they think, well, you only work here, well, I don't need to talk to you. Go and shove off. Do one. If I wasn't working here, then you wouldn't get your milk on your shelves. You wouldn't get all your stuff out. You'd be pinning it off of crates out the back. I hated the ungratefulness of retail. Not a problem, buddy. Thank you very much for just kicking butt on Twitch. It's awesome. Yeah, retail's flicking. It's horrible. If you want a job where you will turn on humanity, working retail is that job. You will hate people afterwards. Retail is the reason why I worked it. I needed the extra like couple of £100 every month sort of thing, so I had to work it. But man, I was sort of glad that I worked. The times I worked on that were mainly evenings, so I worked between sort of like mainly 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock at night when the shop was just shutting up. Admittedly, we had to deal with like people who, shoplifters and drunk people, which was normally quite funny. But then you would just get those people go, well, I'm in a hurry, I'm trying to get home. It's like, well, yeah, and I'm working, so congratulations. And then the only time I really didn't like it too much was when I was working Saturdays. I used to work Saturdays after doing like an all-nighter, and then I was get called onto tills a lot, or like have to cover for people. I'd start at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and finish at 8, so I'd do another 6 hours on a Saturday after doing like an all-nighter from a Friday. And at the end of it, you just sit there and just go, I'm going to the pub now, and I don't give a shit. That was the reason why I went to the pub every Saturday, was because after spending a week doing like 60 odd hours a week, I was just done. I had to go and just relieve stress, and drinking was part of that relieving of stress. I can understand how people become alcoholics, let's put it that way. But for me, it was like working 2 jobs sucked, and I think it stinted a lot of like my social life, because I didn't really have one. The only times I used to go out were sort of between like Friday nights. I used to DJ. So I used to do like a full Friday, like go from like 6:30 or 7:30 till 4:30, spend an hour up my nan's house having a chat with her and catching up and making sure she was all right, and then I'd go off to work, and I'd finish work at 9:30, get dressed at work, and then head into town, get my kit set up and ready to go, and I was in there till 4 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't see the point in going to bed, so I just partied through the night. Chilled out, grabbed a McDonald's breakfast on the Saturday morning, got home, had a wash, back to work. So yeah, that was when I was younger. I was able to do that. There's no fucking way I could do that now. I'd kill myself doing that. That was a lot. But then I lost a lot of like contact with friends over that, because I could never talk to anybody. I wasn't around. There was no point in having a girlfriend because I was never at home, And I still went bankrupt in the end. So it was all fun. Had the pleasure of working different sectors in security doors, villa shop. Nice. I know it was for cash only. Site guarding and theatre. Retail was defo the worst, even worse than doing the milk. Yeah, I mean, on the plus side of doing the milk run is that you're on your own. You sort of like chill, I suppose, because you don't really have that much stress of like dealing with a lot of people, apart from just arsehole drivers. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't think. I just think people they're not very tolerant of anybody else anymore. Like when you work retail, you do lose that tolerancy to be able to talk to people and deal with people. As when you're a customer, you don't understand what that person's going through, because they're dealing with everybody else. And I think you always know the people that have been in retail. The people who have been in retail are the nicest people to speak to when you work in retail, because they know exactly what you're going through, and you sit there and just go, I can actually talk to this person, and they actually appreciate the fact that you're working because they've done that job as well. Anybody else outside that store who's never worked in a supermarket or like clothing store or anything, you go into a store and you see those people, they look unhappy when they're like serving you, and it's normally because they are, but they're just trying to put a brave face on it so they don't look depressed. That's what a lot of people who in retail work like. My mum actually enjoyed it because she liked talking to people. So when she was working on the tills and stuff, she's a bubbly person, or she used to be a bubbly person. And after chemo, she wanted to go back to work, but she couldn't. But yeah, she always enjoyed it because she was able to just talk to her friends who are always around her. Like the people, because where we lived in one town. She worked in the store. She knew everybody. She was happy. And then after she went through chemo and stuff, and being told that you probably couldn't go back to work because of just like how bad movement is now, I think she's just more pissed off with it all. But she always, every time she goes into a shop, she completely understands what everybody else is going through. So she always had a conversation with the person at the till. She never uses self-checkout. She asks for help when it's needed, but she's doing it. She does it in a nicer way instead of just, hey, oi, you over there, come and help me. She'll actually ask nicely. She's a well-mannered person when she's addressing people, and that's just where I get it from. So if anybody ever comes in here and they want to chat, you can. I have that time for you. And that's what I prefer out of doing all this. Like being able to talk to different people is just a perk of streaming, and you talk to so many different like interesting people, and it's just fun. It's like Gadfield, right? If Gadfield comes in here, he works in an oil rig in I don't know where he works, but he works on a rig, and it's like, that's pretty damn cool. I've never spoken to an oil rig worker before. And then he showed a couple of pictures in my Discord. I'm like, he works on a land rig, so like a back of a truck drill through the floor, that sort of thing. Well, it looks like a back of a truck, but he's not out in the sea. But yeah, he drills oil. It's like, I've never spoken to an oil rig worker before. And then like when I've spoken to like real civil engineer through messages and stuff, I've never spoken to a civil engineer before. I actually enjoyed the video he did when he showed the software he used to use, sort of thing. It was amazing. Just actually learning about someone else and what they used to do. I mean, they might find it like weird that someone finds it interesting, but it's kind of cool to sort of see where these people came from in life, How's it going? I'm doing alright, man. Just a bit like voice scratchy, but that's because I've got a cold, but I'm surviving. I'm living. I'm doing alright. Oh, it's summer. The light, it got brighter. 10 o'clock in the morning and I can see everything. Oh. Bring back the darkness. That poor motorbike. Ben Swaddling, do. How you doing, buddy? I like listening to celeb biographies as it's quite interesting as their past. Yeah, I think I prefer celebrities who used to, when you get the ones that are just raised in like rich and you're like, oh, I can't stand this person. I prefer the ones that came up from nothing. The ones that like they know how hard it is to like live a normal life. They've never had like that like privileged life until they became famous. I like that sort. It doesn't matter who they are either. I mean, people like, it's just one of those things. I prefer to have like salt of the earth people. Ricky Gervais is one of them. I don't personally like his like TV shows. I don't mind The Office too much, but anything else he's done is like, I can't be bothered. But his stand-up stuff, I like a lot. And then if you actually listen to him, he comes from a council estate family. And I prefer that sort of like honest living people. The people actually like, holy crap, they actually did come from nothing. I work As a surveillance technician for a casino in the States. Nice. I've never been to a casino in the States. I'm hoping at some point, maybe in my life, I will come over there and, you know, put some stupid money on a red. That would be awesome. I always said if I won the lottery, I'm coming to Vegas, I'm putting $1 million on red. Just because I can. I don't know if I'm allowed. But surveillance at a casino, that's pretty cool. See, I've never spoken to anybody in a surveillance job before in a casino. That's amazing. Closest I came to that is watching YouTube channel that did it. And no, me bloody things are filling up now. Help! Quick, turn it off! Shut off the pump! 99. 1 hundo. There we go. Alright, grab another bucket. Let's chuck that one over there. Oh, almost. Go in the middle. Well done. I might actually do a cleanup, like proper. We got to do, I think, one more round because I've got to do the mats again. So if I do one more, like it's like another load of digging, and then we'll empty the lot. Right. Kevin Hart comes from another. Yeah, I like those. I mean, if you look at like your water supply. No, my water supply is that, so that doesn't run dry. The water supply is the ponds. So because we're in summer and the temperature's above 25 degrees, the water dries up. Even though in real life, like, it gets above 25 degrees in the UK, but our water never runs out at 25 degrees. I so need somebody to work for me on this. No, off. Bye-bye. Full damage. Non-existent. There we go. Right, so I need to do another load of digging, and the mats need to be changed, and that's when I'm going to do my cleanup. So, we'll just carry on. Yeah, so my water supply is the water tower. It comes with, like, what is it, 100,000 litres of water? Or is it a million litres? Whatever it's got in it, it's a lot, so it's fine. Right. Oh, it ran out of fuel. Oh no. Oh, bums. And because this one's up, I have to jump. No, I didn't do it. No, I didn't do it. Yeah, there we go. How's the family? Yeah, they're doing alright. Logan and Ollie are in bed. They had one of their friends around today, and it was, I gotta be honest, it was more peaceful than the other day. They weren't as shouty today, which was quite nice. But then Ollie did the stupid thing and jumping off his like bedside cabinet next to the TV and then banged his nose on the floor. And then all we heard was he came running into the room going, "Daddy, there's blood on my nose." Like, yep, it's because it's coming out of your nose. Flipping idiot. Why not pull the fuel tank closer and stand? Well, no, it's just like you have to get on it. I don't want to. Fuel tank's fine where it is. It's just where I raised it up to be more convenient for the conveyor belt. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Turn your brain off. Yeah, it should say a pond's dried up. But again, old developers didn't put those in. The new developers, they could rewrite the code, but I don't think they really care. They're like, we just need to make the game better. So that's what we're going to do. I'm looking forward to, like, I've got to be honest, there is rumour in the ranks and on Discord there is going to be a DLC coming out for this game this year. So I have no idea what they're planning. but it has to be good. I've said this to I think it was Kuba. I think I spoke to one of the coder and lot now, and I basically said, in order to get to gain trust with the community now, you just have to make sure that everyone knows who you are. Full transparency is basically needed right now. I know. I commented underneath you in the Hybridsteel Discord, and that just goes to show how much of attention you pay to me. Yeah, welcome to the 100%er Club. This is how all I completely agree. The reason why I say that they need to be 100% transparent now, really, is because they're new. They've been in the studio for a year. No one, apart from the people in the Discord, no one really knows that the development team has changed. Nobody. So when they were putting out their updates about a month ago, when they were talking about upgrading the graphic potential for the game, making sure it runs better on RTX cards and all that, you just saw hate after hate from people oh, well, you guys should have been fixing this years ago, blah blah blah. It's you don't realise that there are new people here, do you? New developers. They're working on this game to make it better, and all they have seen. The reason I feel sorry for them is because all they have seen since they took over this job has been hate. Constant hate. Oh, Gold Rush, it's such a shit game. Developers don't know what they're doing. It's well, actually, they're new. So, no, they didn't know what they were doing to start with. Welcome to the club. So, and a lot of people who don't really, they're not inside that community of the Discord group and stuff. It's if you paid attention to just a little bit, you would realise why things haven't worked on this game for a while. And it's because the old guys never really worried about it, and the new guys are now starting to concern themselves with it. Because they have to. They have to make this game better for the studio to be more, prolific. Discord seems too confusing. Basically, Discord is the 21st century of the forum. I think that's the best way to describe it. So if you were a forum user back in the late 90s going into the early 2000s, Discord is basically that. Just smaller groups of people talking about shit. My Discord is basically most of the time really quiet. At the moment, my moderator, the bloke who came in and sorted out my Discord, or I'm going to call him my moderator, came in, sorted out my Discord for free, and the other day put a bot into my account where you're able to look at any free game that is available from any store like GOG or Epic or Steam right now. So in my Discord there's a free game section. Go in there, type #free, and the bot finds all the free stuff that's out for now. All the up-to-date stuff. Doesn't do it all. If you go onto Steam and just type in free, you get a list of 100 games. But it's limited edition free stuff. So RPG Maker game, that's free right now. So that was on there. Yeah. But I wouldn't have even thought about it. But we're trying, we can't always do things like game nights and bits and pieces, so we're trying to think of other features that the community use inside my Discord. So if you become a member and stuff like that, it's fine. You can use these as a free person as well. But it just means that if you're within my community, we're trying to find different things that can help you have a better existence in gaming. So if we do find another bot that helps out, then I'll suggest it to him. Or if anybody else has that suggestion, I can forward that on to Donk and he can basically chuck it up and we can go from there. So yeah, I mean, Flat Out was free on GOG the other day. It came up in my Discord. I'm like, cool. And it might help out. It might be if somebody ever wanted to start a YouTube channel for free, and you wanted to start with a retro classic game or something, maybe the bot that I've got might help you find that game to start your career on. I don't know. But if we can just give out those little free nitbits for people, just to make them a little bit happier, they've got something else to play or this and ever. That's sort of what we're trying to. That's what I'd like to see. So that's what I'm trying. It's been months since I last caught a stream. Well, welcome back, Juggernog. It's all good. It's because this game attracts trolls, dude. I don't know. I think the game attracts trolls from a certain point, but I think a lot of the game comes from the older CH days, where people didn't really know what was going on in the game. They weren't really spoken to, and I think that attitude's just rubbed off over the years, unfortunately. Yeah, a new forum platform with Vault. Yeah, basically, it's basically forums again. But I got to be honest, I'm more social on them than I used to be on forums. Forums for me, I used to spend some time on them, but I mean, it's like Reddit. I used to spend some time, and now I don't. I spend more time in my Discord. How much does this game cost? Normal price, I think it's like 17 quid. If it's on offer right now, it's probably about 9. So go check it out. That's just old stuff and trolls. I would agree. I really would. Unfortunately, it just comes down to, I don't know, I think it just comes down to people. They had enough of listening to Code Horizon in the past, or not really saying anything in the past. And it's just that old sort of like mentality of, oh, well, they should have done this years ago, yada. The thing is apart from Out of Ore, there's no really other good mining game out there. Is there? If you're going to be brutally honest, there's no other good one. You know? So I think it's... Gold Rush needs either Gold Rush 2, or it just needs a massive improvement DLC that's going to come. And I'm hoping that happens. I do hope that the team are basically like, you know what? We need to really like pull our finger out on this and make something special, just so we can give back to the community who have put up with this shit for far too long. That's my take on it, though. Right, let's see if we can scale this like pile of dirt to get on the other side quickly. Come on, loader. Or excavator, not loader. You can do it, Nicky. Bite his fucking head off. Oh, that was a bit silly. Yeah, I'm stuck on the actual... Oh, bums. Right. Plan number 2. I don't want to do plan number 2 because that means moving more than this. Right. Down. Swivel it. And then we go. Right. We need to move the conveyor belt. What is the game size? I actually don't know. I'll be really honest. That's not going to be low enough. Oh, I'm going to have to go the long way around. We're going to have to, in the great words of Five Finger Death Punch, under and over it. But I'm going to have to just go under it. Damn! Oh, damn. Right, go this way. And reverse. And go this way. I need to get to the other side where that is, and then I can take out the other side of the rock. Oh, there we go. It's not a very big game because it's quite old. I think if they can get co-op or something similar into this game, that will speak volume. They're not going to put a co-op into this game. They're not putting multiplayer in this game. I've been through this a lot with people. Why is that stopped? Did I just not put... Oh. Did I just not turn this conveyor belt back on? I didn't turn the conveyor belt back on. I am absolutely amazing. That just pisses me off more than anything now. Cool. So I've been digging for quite some time without actually doing anything. Cool, cool, cool. Right. Oh, I didn't get to turn it back on because it ran out of fuel. The thing is not going to fix it. The game is about digging, that sort. Yeah. So the problem with... Right, I know they won't, but it's just one thing about... Yeah, well, people can bitch and moan as much as they want. And the thing is well, I'm going to say it anyways. So the community... watch your Discord. In the description box, there's a link. So the community a couple of years back had a big choice. And it was a big choice. You could either have multiplayer, and the team were going to put multiplayer in it, or you could have console support. Guess which one the community chose? These are the people who are moaning about multiplayer now, by the way. Most of the people who are like, oh, we need multiplayer, they had that choice, and they took it and they didn't take it. They chose to support console. So that's why the game came out on console. So when all these people are like, well, it needs multiplayer, the community had the choice, and the community chose to put consoles ahead of like multiplayer. Well, yeah, it was. So the reason why it feels like it was abandoned on console is because that was made by the original developers. The original developers aren't in control of the game anymore. If you go onto their Discord and actually talk to the developers of the team now, which are the new guys, they basically said that coming this year will be patches and updates and support for the consoles. It's just unfortunately no one's been able to work on it for the last year because they've been learning how to build the game again. And these are the new guys. And they've said console updates will be coming. So all of this, and this is why I like the new guys. The new people they're this happy to talk about the game now. Like the old team never approached all of this. I can run through all of their messages. Because I'm now part of, if they bring out any like betas and alphas and stuff for this game that they want to test out, I'm now on that team, which is pretty cool. I'm not allowed to talk about if anything goes through, but I'm allowed to say that I'm a member of the team. But if I wanted to, I could read through the last like 8 years worth of messages because they never privated them, which means I could run through everything they've ever spoken about. And you look at it and just go, this is why people didn't trust this company. Because the old guys mainly just talked among themselves. They never really helped, they never really approached the community of what they were actually doing. They got the game into support mode, which means they bought out the DLC and they created leaderboards and turned it into a big thing. And then that's all they ever did. They just kept it in maintenance. So they just went, oh yeah, we got a hotfix. Oh yeah, we're doing this. They never spoke to the community about plans or anything they could do or anything. So with the new guys that are in there now, they are a lot more sort of transparent with what's going on, which is quite nice. If you have any questions and you want one of the devs to answer, they're not, for what I've seen, they're more than happy to actually talk to you about it, which is quite nice. It's nice to actually have like a new bunch of devs on there actually listening to the community partially, but they have already said they're not adding multiplayer. Just gonna make an egg sandwich. Not a problem. Have fun with your egg sandwich. Well, it's sort of like the way the reason why I like Hybridsteel more than the average game is because of the dev staff. Like Max is very open about what's going on in the game and how it's being worked on and everything else, and I've actually enjoyed that from the start. And like the people actually in the community as well. But Max, he used to do like his like bi-monthly update of the game and so on and so forth, which I think is coming back. He's working on the DLC right now. I think he will be bringing that back to like talk about the support and what's going to be added and so on and so forth, which would be quite cool. And he makes that very public. He puts it on YouTube, so he makes a little dev vlog video, and he's done live developing as well before. So he talks about everything right at the front, and it's all front of house. Obviously, if they work on stuff in the background, then only they know about it. But he'll always like update the community of what's going on, what's the time frame in this, that, and the other, or any problems the game runs into. I went to make a sandwich, but someone came back with McDonald's. That's a good trade-off. I think the only way to get some of the trolls is to shut it down, mate. They need to gamify better, and then wouldn't it be this? Exactly. I think the way that the game is now, if you like more of a sort of I would say realistic, because apart from obviously the wash plant, most of this game is what's in real life, or early season at least, and it is more realistic. And you're digging holes and getting gold, and that's basically, they've basically done a decent version of gold mining in a video game. If you want to gamify it and you want to make it a little bit more silly, go and play Gold Hunters. I mean, that, I've got to be honest, I never enjoyed it when I was playing it. But yeah, or play Satisfactory. I mean, that's how you gamify mining. Prefer KFC with the new style of chips. I don't know, I'm just more of a straight cut person. Golden Eagle, how you doing over on Twitch? Thank you very much for kicking by. It captures the grind. Yeah, it really does. That's why I like it. It's just Splits described it as like the perfect like gold mining loop. You know, you buy stuff, you mine, you wash, you clean, you earn money, and then you come back. And it's basically that like neon perfect loop of gameplay, reward, gameplay, reward, gameplay, reward. Hydria, that's a good gamified mining game. Hydria is a little bit different because it has automation. So there is you know, at any point in that game you can literally just go, well, I don't need to mine anymore because my drills do it for me, which turns it into an automation game instead of a gold mining game, because you're mining for more than just gold. And when you've got machines doing it for you, it takes away some of that sort of like having to mine stuff and just setting machines up to do it for you. Especially when you know that the dirt never runs out and it just keeps going. It's more of an automated mining game. With this is like a glorified version of what it's like in real life. If you want to know what this is like in real life and you want like a more televised version of it, go and watch Gold Rush. You know, when they dig for like an entire week just to earn like 300 ounces of gold, and they have to have good soil, the risk of it like spending millions of dollars on everything, it's like shit. Yeah, I think the trolls are always going to have their place. They're always going to hate on stuff. It doesn't matter how good things get. And I think if that population of trolls becomes smaller, then they're in a better position. But there's always going to be trolls. What do you think the next DLC will be? In an ideal world, and this is just me, as said, I don't know what's coming. I don't know nothing. In an ideal world, what I would like to see is a complete remapping of the game. But I know that won't happen. So, in the new DLC, maybe an extra couple of claims that we can only get in like if we've played for an X amount of time with a shed ton of money. More equipment, obviously. We want more equipment. We want bigger and better stuff. The problem with bigger and better stuff is that the claims have to be able to support it. So the claims would have to be extended. So all the claims you have right now, Old Arnold, Rivertown, Pine Valley and Nighthawk, they would need to be made bigger if we're going to be using like bigger excavators, bigger machines. You need bigger claims. So yeah, that's how I would say. It definitely needs bigger maps if we're having bigger equipment. I would prefer it to have a new wash plant style. So I'd like to be able to see things like the Slucifer model. Obviously not the Slucifer model, because that would be like, you would need to get permission to actually make stuff, but something along those lines where you have to change less, because more modern mining is less parts, just slightly more expensive. I would also like to see a gold room. So we have to take like a slab of concrete. So you buy your slab of concrete from the shop, you put it down in the map that's more convenient for you, and you build your own gold room. So, and there's got to be more than one wave table, because I hate I hate the one that we have now. I hate the yellow and blue one. It's disgusting. I prefer the green wash tables that are actually like those drip fed ones. So you have to change the taps to like change it, and the shaker table and that sort of thing. Also, I like the pinwheel one that Tony uses a lot. So yeah, more choice, or just like a tier system of like, you know, you can buy your tier 1 excavator, which is the little one, and then obviously like tier 3 would be like a 550 excavator, And then like tier 4, you know, when you get to like the big end, tier 4, tier 5, you're using a 750. You know, that thing can just eat dirt. And then if you've got the 750, you definitely need bigger plots of land. Because a 750 would just rip through the... I mean, you could clear Nighthawk in like in 2 days straight. That would just be every ounce of dirt off the floor. You could clear it. Because it's just that big. You know, this is only a 400. Imagine double-sized bucket. It's ridiculous. So, yeah. Bigger equipment, bigger stuff. We want some D10 dozers. We want some big stuff now. But we want bigger plots of land. And then they have to find a way of balancing Leaderboard like properly. Like, I think the DLC, it has to be that connection and balance. Well, yeah, the shed is a gold room, but it almost feels like it's too far away from everything. If you look at the way that I don't know, look at someone like the Hoffman setup, where all their buildings are all in one place, and they have like their slab of concrete with a washroom on it that they created. I'd like that sort of customization, but again, this is just me. I don't know what's actually... If any of this happens, then I'll be happy. But worst comes to worst is they just extend the game, make more maps, and give us bigger equipment. And I think most of us at that point would be happy. Finished my McDonald's, but I'm still hungry. I might make an egg sandwich. Fair enough. Mackey's leaves you full for 5 minutes. Yeah, and then you just sit there going, oh. It's because it's supposed to. It's fast food, but they know that their food isn't as filling, so you order more. I like the idea of rocks that you need to work around and move. I suppose, yeah, that would be an alright thing. Like, it would add a little bit more reality to it. Right. Where are we up to? We're almost ready for a clean-up. %. We're getting there. We've got a few more to go. That lot that I've just done should take it up to around 95-ish, I want to say. But if the shed thing was, well, I mean, when you say big shed, do you mean the storage room, or the little shed that's in the middle of the claim? The big metal shed. No, that's just a storage house. Oh, what am I stuck on? I'm not stuck, I'm in driving mode. Medged. What's the goal of this game? If you're playing it on normal, the goal of the game is just to earn a shed ton of money, finish off the plots and be like, yay, I'm the greatest miner in the world! And congratulations, you didn't go bankrupt and you found your way all the way to the end and just had loads of money. The aim of Leaderboard is to get the most amount of gold in a 30 to 31 day limit and try and beat as many people as possible. That's pretty much the game. For me, this is just a good filler game. I've got nothing to do in February. Season mode was coming up. I'm like, you know what? I'll just do another season and I'll be fine. Gonna be honest though, I shouldn't have started out of War at the same time, but yeah, I'll get around to that in a month or two, maybe 3. See how things go. And then I've got Hydrodyn's DLC, which is going to take me a little while, and I'll be on that for a little while. Any rewards? You get like new skins and stuff for your trucks and like excavators if you come in the top 10, but no money. It's mainly just like who's got the biggest dick sort of thing. Oh, look at me. I can swing it around my head because I dug more dirt than you. It's that sort. It's basically bragging rights. That's how I see it. Something has been destroyed. No, it's my hose. It's ropey. Ropey is the best way to describe it. It's basically on the fritz. That's why I have a mechanic. At some point they'll fix it, maybe. We'll see. Right, just need to fill this up. And then my wash plant, we should be washed. We should be alright. Oh no, I'm still... Go, 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 go. Just going to take all of it now. Turn that off. We're all good. We should do co-op Hydrodnear World. I don't play with other people. I'm really sorry. It's unfortunately it's me. I'm not very good with playing with other people. I'm very sort of OCD like, and if you don't do things the way that I want them done, then it does not compute. Basically, it's nothing against everybody else. It is me. The thing is what I should have done, and I know this sounds really like, almost like in reverse of what I've always stood for, but maybe I should have bought Minecraft a while ago and a server, and then just let you guys play in it, and then just come visit every now and then, see what it's like. But yeah, I've just never got around to playing Minecraft or anything like that. I don't really like Minecraft. I would like a community game at some point though, so I'm not sure if there's one out there that I could like possibly enjoy. I mean, Valheim was pretty cool. Something like Valheim that maybe I can pull a whole community into and just let them play and enjoy it. Yeah, but I get that quite a lot. Conan Exiles. I have that on console. You've tried to convince 2 of your friends to get Hydrodnear. Yeah, it's not easy trying to persuade people to spend their money. The only way people would go, oh, I'll give it a go, is if you paid for their stuff. And it's like, no, I don't really want to do that. But there will be an out of all multiplayer at some point. So what I might do is, if I have, I might open up a server. Do you like Farming Simulator? Not so much. I own it because I was going to do a gold thingy on it because they've got their own gold stuff. I was going to do it, but then it was like, well, you know, I've got like Hydrodnear DLC coming up, so I won't have time. I'm playing Gold Rush Season right now, so I won't have time. I haven't really got around to it. But yeah, so what I'm thinking is that I might do, if you have to pay for a private server for Out of All, I might do that, and then people can just come in and mine and just be happy. Maybe we'll just come up. I don't know. We'll see what can happen. Really, if it's just public servers, then might see what happens. 12 days until you're an uncle. Congratulations. It's quite young to be an uncle, but yeah, I get it. What just happened? I saw a notification, but I didn't read it. I wasn't looking. Pepsi Max. Yeah, I've got to go and get some more tomorrow. Fizzy drinks are good for when you got like a sore throat and stuff. Gives that sort of tingle down the back of your throat. Oh, hold on. Congrats, one of the best feelings ever. Ain't got a kid, so being an uncle is amazing. They have to behave once in a blue moon. Yeah, well, the difference is, Dean, is that he's 13 years old, so he's going to be a 13-year-old uncle. That's the difference. It's like, what? They help the burps as well. Yeah, they do. That's what fizzy drinks are for. Get the burps out your stomach. Alright, well, we're an hour and 51 in, so I guess it's shill time. Guys, if you are enjoying this stream, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button below for all other updates. If you are liking it, hit the like button is the most appreciated way. If you want to help out this channel financially, you can by becoming a member through the membership link below. Means you hit the join button, you get your name in a green light, and you get some cool emojis to put in the chat. And that's all good. Also, down in the description box, there's a link to my merch. You can get yourself a cool hat or some t-shirt and bits and pieces. And don't forget, at some point next month, because I will get round to it, there will be a limited edition t-shirt that will only be live for about a month. So, hope to see you in the next video. And now we're back to normal. I was watching, does anybody else watch TBH by any chance? Oh, that's okay, Ben. I mean, you can, yeah, that's fine, don't worry. So if anybody else watches TBH, it's basically a podcast with Pyrocynical, Dolan Duck, Nerd City, and what's his bloody Colossal the Clown. And I was a fan of Nerd City for a while. I loved his documentary stuff that he does, his deep dives into stuff. He's just genuinely a really good creator. And this podcast came up. I was like, okay, cool, I'll listen to it. And the guy on there who's basically Colossal, he dresses as a clown in his videos, or he's that sort of person. He's like, okay, I'm going to take the piss. And yeah, I enjoy his content. He's pretty cool. But it's when he does these sponsored links for TBH, he goes way over the top. Like, he'll be talking normally, like let's say he's talking like the way I'm now, and then when it comes to a like sponsored link, he goes into like ringmaster mode. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're having trouble with hair on your testicles, then you should use Manscaped for. And it's like, this is such a cool promo voice, and I want to do something like that with this. So when I'm like reading off all the crap, like, you know, come and check out the link, doing this, I might have to like re-record something like that, so it's like over the top and a bit more sort of like circusy. I like the idea of having like that loud announcement voice in the background. I thought, yeah, it's the way he does it is pretty cool, but it just sounds like he's shouting a lot of the time. It's awesome. Do the ringmaster in your deep voice. No, because then as I said, it would just be like Captain Price. So it'd be like, Soap, what we're going to do, we're going to go over there and we're going to hit the subscribe button. Then we're going to come back here, pull up our rifles, we're going to buy some merch. If we don't do it in time, then we're screwed. Mission over. We have to start again. So, yeah, it's not great. Or I could do the Mayor Humdinger voice from Paw Patrol. Unfortunately, I can do his voice. I was like, no! I didn't know this, because when I went to watch Paw Patrol with my kids, I was doing the voice as well! Wow! Paw Patrol! Yeah, it's not great. So... I basically shunned myself that day. I've gone from this hardcore metalhead who used to get into mosh pits to go and watch Paw Patrol. That just sounds like Jason Statham. Jason Statham. Yeah, what? Well, if you go and watch Captain Price, he talks like this all the time. Unless it's in a stealth mission, he talks like this all the time. But Jason Statham, yeah, he's a bit more like London Right. But new Captain Price is a more like it's got a different voice. I could never do Captain Beach's voice from flipping like the Bill, who was the original Captain Price. And there we go. Last lot of mats. Boo, ba-da, doo, ba-da, doo. Silent Hunter 707. I didn't see that come up. Man, thank you very much for following over on Twitch. I really do need to start paying attention. What I need to do is start putting my announcements up in through this one as well. What I might have to do is I've got to get onto Stream Elements at some point, and I've got to sign in on Twitch side of things, so I can actually start making some overlays and stuff for Twitch that works on their side. Because I haven't got anything over there. I've literally just got stuff for YouTube set up, and I'm like, I need to put in a bit more work. So, I mean, I could do it tomorrow. I'm probably going to be streaming tomorrow. I don't know if maybe I might stream tomorrow night. It is depending on how I feel, and depending if I'm busy, really. Gold Fever never looks so relaxing. It's just chill, man. I think even if I was doing this for real, I'd probably be like this. But like, no, I'll get around to it at some point. I'm not in any rush. I do like the idea of going to, like, the Australian version of gold mining over, like, going to Alaska where it's a bit, like, gloomy. I think that's the best way to look at it. Well, I like the idea of just walking around with a metal detector in some parts of Australia and be like, hey, check out, we found a 3-ounce nugget. That's amazing. That's what that's like cushy gold. I know it's like 40 degrees down there and stuff, but yeah. You just walk around with a metal detector and be like, hey, I found some gold. Right, there we go. So that's all of that done. Just need to change the buckets over. See, this was my last run. See, I've only got 2 buckets left. They're my spares, just in case. Right, let's load this up. So what we need is that bucket first. That can go back in the pile. And then we need that bucket over here, because it's only they're like half buckets because they come out of the mats. That's fine. And then we can put a full bucket in. There'll be like 70%, 79%. The other one will be 79% as well. And then we just chug along. So I'm looking at about, I mean, the last time I did this, I got 2,922 ounces out of this. So I'm looking at that again, maybe a little bit more would be really nice. Is that one up or down? That's down. Okay, cool. So down, turn this on. That's taking it away. Oh, let's go there. Oh, how hard is it to turn on a generator? There we go. And now we're doing 2 buckets at once. Good evening, Alpha. How you doing, bud? Right, now we do our mad rush thing where we go back to front, different machine, sticking gold in and being alright. Are you still collecting magnetite? No, I've finished that. I finished that on the blacksmith. I was like, there's no point in doing magnetite anymore. I'm fine. But it is a good money earner, but when you get to this point in the game, you don't really need money. So you just empty everything. Go for it. Good. Made the move to Nighthawk, setting up as we speak. Excellent. Welcome to the proper grind. You got like 3 weeks of just sitting at Nighthawk going, I keep digging and it never gets any easier. Yeah. 3,768 ounces. Shouldn't have done that. Just lost 2% of gold. God damn, Billy Ray. But yeah, it takes about 4 or 5 hours to like fill all these buckets up. And then just do one whole run. So, about that. I was sold on the game when I saw the strengthening ridges of the buckets. Cool attention to detail. Yeah, they just don't stack. So you just have to throw them. So all of the equipment that's in it, like the wash plant, the excavators, the front loaders and everything else, I would say the attention to detail is really, really good. It's just, unfortunately, because the game's older, it's like they need to make it a little, just that little bit nicer. I mean, look at the generators. There you go, look. It's got all those little details. The light reflects nicely. Actually looks like it's a fairly decent piece of kit. But yeah. It's alright. Right, that one's done. So that brought us in 981 ounces. This one, 4,500, 46, and that one brought us in 709 ounces. So not bad. It's because where I'm digging, the gold was worse on top than it was down. So if you look at the gold map now, where I was digging, which was here, I've gone through the crappy section, so all the gold that's now on the surface down to where I need to dig is literally 4 ounces per meter cubed. All of this is going to just be rich. So this